Streaming cyberspace into your place, sanctioned by the Bootleg Racing League from North Wilkesboro Speedway. It's doubleheader Saturday night on the Virtual Grip Network. First up, opening round coverage of the Outlaw SK Modified Invitational Series, Season 37. Over 36 seasons, only 12 drivers have had Outlaw Championship crowns fitted for their heads. And of those dozen noggins, only 5 have been crowned more than once. Joining Donnie Moore, Matt Hoos, Brian Neff, and of course the Dark Shadow himself, J.R. Shepard, as multiple-time champions is Todd Liston. Liston punctuated his second title with an exclamation point, posting a win in the season finale. As for a new season, well, it begins the Kingpin and the Boss Man, a.k.a. Joe Segal and Lowell Jewell. Well, they both hope to be the 6th driver to join the multiple champ club. Others that include the Canadian Goose, John Wilson, the Butcher of Baton Rouge, Joe Snyder, Double Deuce Bruce Pearson hope to earn their first Outlaw trophy. The point slate has been wiped clean. The recliner still remembers the shape of your derriere, so pull the lever on the lazy boy and settle in for some simulated short track racing action that's about to stream your way. From the Key to the Blue Ridge, a warm North Wilkesborian hello and welcome on this Saturday night, September 28th, 2024. It is Zach Shaggy Chapman joining yours truly, Bill Soups on high up in the VGN broadcast booth to bring you our words eye view. Replay Ryan Seneker, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders. All right, Shaggy, this is the birthplace of NASCAR. How do you think these cars are going to feel out there tonight?
Well, you know, feeling pretty good that we survived the storm and can race here tonight in North Carolina. A lot of flooding, so able to still get on the track, though. But right now, I want to focus on the milkman, Matt Hoos. He's coming off of turn 2, getting ready to go down the backstretch. And, you know, diving off 13 degrees of banking. And on this long run, I think we'll see guys use that arc. Enter a little high in a qualifying run, maybe go a little low since we will be qualifying here tonight, I believe. Maybe not. No, maybe not. Random draw here. So, but a lot of bumps down there on the bottom. That was what I was aiming at. I was trying to find somebody running down there, but a lot of bumps down there. And if you get side by side, you pick up the throttle too early, Soup, it's going to be a wild ride. So maybe a track where if you can keep up momentum tonight, you know, we don't see it too often, but you may be able to get it done on the high side.
I was out there today putting in a little practice time just to get a feel of it, and I'll tell you, I could not get the power down. I had to wait for the car to actually be pointing straight before I actually pushed down to get the car going. So these guys will have fun. You know, we talked about Matt Hoos and past championships. Hoos has championships in seasons 1, 5, 8. Then took a long hiatus before he came back to pick up 2 more in seasons 30 and 35. Talk about another 5-time champ. It's old-time Donnie Moore. He's got 5 of them as well. They're spread out a little more evenly than the Milkman was. 3, 7, 15, 28, and 32. So we have a lot of experience here tonight. Not a lot of experience at this track. The only driver with an actual win here in the SK Modifieds in this car at Wilkesboro is, of course, Jeffrey Harden. And as far as I can tell, Brandy's better half not here tonight. So we're going to, hopefully, maybe he'll be able to sneak in a little bit later. Oh, all right. He is here indeed. Sorry, we missed him as I scrolled through there. Talk a little bit of what's on tap tonight. We're back to our usual format, 100 laps. Finish on the tires that you came with. And, well, no fast repairs. You break it, you bought it.
Yeah, and, you know, you talk about that no fast repairs, Soup. That's a big deal. You don't want to start week 1 with a rough night. So you just got to ride out here. You got to be smooth, and you got to stay out of the big one.
Beautiful night to go racing. Mostly cloudy skies up there. Track temperature at 106 degrees Fahrenheit. I would expect that to cool down a little bit as the sun begins to set here in North Carolina. Not much wind going on. It's comfortable t-shirt weather for the simulated fans out there. Love that camera shot as we have a little bit of a drone cam flying by. You see the fans, you can see the cars coming around on this racetrack, and the North Carolinian blue sky pushing down on the racetrack here as we're about to go racing. All right, practice is done. We talked about the grid. It is indeed based on the last race results, the season 36 season finale results. They invert the top 15. So that's going to put Double Deuce Bruce Pearson on the pole inside of the younger of the Hilbert brothers, Tom, in second.
The 71 with the Professor John Hine is going to roll off on the inside of row number 2 into his outside in the 52, Steve Hilbert.
Donnie Moore finished second on the points last season, could not run down Todd Liston to get that championship. It would have been his 6th. He'll start in 5th position inside of the Canadian Goose, John Wilson.
The 81 of Joe Segala rolls off on the inside of row number 4 into his outside, the 11 of Brennan Myers.
Kurt Smith in 9th, flanked by the only driver in the field tonight with a win here in this car. That is indeed Jeffrey Hart.
Trey Bloom rolls off on the inside of row number 6 into his outside, the boss man, Lowell Jewell.
Because he won the last race, he gets gridded way at the back. We're talking about the defending and reigning champion, number 87, Todd Liston. He'll start the Baker Studs spot as 2 drivers that finished behind him in the top 15 did not make the show tonight. That's going to put the Lipper, Chris Haslam, in 14th outside of Liston.
One of my favorites here tonight. He's got a long way to go, but the 45 of Jason Mender rolls off on the inside of row number 8 and is outside the milkman, Matt Hoos.
Alan Wanamaker in the 17, in the number 9, back there in the 17th position. A great paint scheme on Wanamaker's new car today. And then Adam Shane, he loves to come from the back. Well, he can't get much farther to the back than where he starts right now in 18th position. 11 races on the schedule. This is race number 1 tonight and 10 more, and we'll crown ourselves our 37th SK Modified champion.
Never too early to get that first win here.
Oh my goodness, you just want to start off the season with good momentum. Everybody comes in tied for first place. You have your expectations are high. You can really get a good start on your season if that is the case. Behind the wheel of the pace car, the perfectly mesmerizing Josie Kirkland, back with us again for another season. We thank her for the effort she puts in there. She's going to pull the pace car down into pit lane right now, turn control of the field over to Bruce Pearson. The green is out. Chugga-lug, makes you want to holler. Oh, Pearson with a great start. Hilbert does not. Tom's going to lose that position. Moving on the inside, that is John Hine. Good to see the John Hine here today. Look at Donnie Moore in the 26 working on the back. Hilbert having a hard time getting it going. That's going to open the door for the kingpin in the number 81. Joe Segala looking to get underneath Hilbert. They get together. They both spin to the inside. They both go in the wall. All the other cars clear them. Not the way that Hilbert and Segala wanted to start their season. Sweet sassy molassie.
As we get a view of what happened here, it just looks like he floats up a little bit and gets into the side of Tom Hilbert. I mean, not much Tom could do. He's up against the wall.
He's up there pretty high. So those 2 cars go around. Both of them decide to bring it down pit lane right now for a little bit of, we're going to call it quick repair. Basically, you do not get a new car. They come down in there and try to get this thing fixed up they can. What do you think? Those cars took a pretty odd shot, Shane.
Yeah, not only that, but they didn't have time to really tighten up. As you see, the pace car is going to go by here right now. They're already going to go a lap down. So you got to sit in here. You got to take full advantage. As it looks like Tom overshot his pit. He actually just had to reverse into the pit. So that's a big deal for the 25.
Anybody who knows the pace car driver Josie Kirkland knows she is a woman of little patience, and she is putting in some very fast pace laps out there. She's looking to get this race going again. Drivers are going to be coming around, clocking lap number 5 as they come across the line. We're going to be going green here for lap number 6. They've all been led by Bruce Pearson.
Yeah, they made her run that same set of tires all year last season. It looks like they might have gave her a new set. She's putting on pretty good times.
Yeah, I forgot. That is in the rule package. She has to actually run the whole set of tires for the entire season. The lights do not come off, so we're not going to do an interview. She's going to go around one more time. Let's take ahead and see if we can find any big movers here. Up 4 spots is Kurt Smith. Kurt Smith with a lot of experience at this track. Lowell Jewell up 4 positions as well. A couple other guys up 4 spots. The Milkman, Matt Hoos. And, well, Adam Shane, no surprises there as he started in 18th now, racing in 16th. Let's go ahead and take a look at car number 9, Alan Wanamaker. It is a sharp-looking car. Shaggy, you and I were talking about, what's it remind you of?
Yeah, a 9-ball, and not only that, but I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, so it touches me there. That's the best looking paint in the field.
It is. It's very simple. It's very clean. It's going to be easy to spot. Nice looking car from Wanamaker. Wanamaker started in 17th, is up 2 spots. We've lost 3 drivers a lap down. Tom Hilbert, Joe Segala, and Steve Hilbert. All multiple laps down. Not sure what happened to Steve. Pace car is in. Pearson gets the jump, coming across, working lap number 7. All right, that is John Hine stuck on the outside. Old Tad Dottymore in the ASPCA special underneath. Hine gets a little bit of the wall. That's going to let momentum go to Moore now. Moore pulls alongside. It's Cialis Bathtubs out of corner number 4. The momentum to the inside, the number 26. They get together almost the same way that Segala and Hilbert got together a few laps before, but they keep it going straight right now. Now Moore with a half-car length lead. Little by little, Hines beginning to lose the battle. He surrenders it all together and tucks back in. Says, we still have 92 laps of racing to go. I don't need to battle you all that hard right now, old time.
Yeah, you said it. Saw the writing on the wall. Saw the gap behind him between Donnie and Kurt, and just realized that's the smart move. Long way to go.
Nice little battle for 4th. This is Kurt Smith ahead of the Canadian Goose, John Wilson. Wilson in the 75, looking for some way around as they come at you. Little 2x2 farther back, stuck on the outside is the 11 of Brendan Myers. On the inside, oh, that's the bus man, Old Jewel.
Yeah, it seemed like it was working there for the 11, but he's driving in pretty aggressive. That's not going to work long term. You don't want to get these tires hot.
Now the defending champ, Todd Liston, who started in 13th position, now gets in a battle as he moves his way up into 8th position as he gets to the inside of Myers. Myers beginning to struggle. It's a little 2x2 a little farther back. That's the Milkman in the white and blue number 21. Stuck on the outside, the Caveman, Trey Bloom.
Yeah, Trey Bloom got the outside of the wall coming out of 2 the last lap, and that allowed the Milkman to get inside the front door and not giving it up, but the Milkman, I think he's going to prevail here.
It is single file up front, but I'll tell you, it's nose to tail. Hey, let's take a quick look at Lowell Jewell. Duck into the inside of Jeffrey Harden. Harden, the only driver in the field with a win in this car at this track. Pacing himself right now, the number 36. He started in 10th. He is up 4 spots, right behind John Wilson. Shaggy, Bruce Pearson is not driving away from the field. They are lined up behind him, nose to tail, all the way back to number 79, Adam Shane, in 14th spot.
Yeah, but I just watched Lowell maybe overdrove the entry a little bit, almost got into the back of John Wilson, had to get out of it. Now Liston's looking below him, but Liston's not going to be able to pull it off just yet. But this is where if you're a driver, you know, you like the single file, but, you know, if you're not going to get a caution in front of you, at some point, if you're back here 7th, 8th, you got to make these passes. You got to lose your patience a little bit and try to make a move.
Oh, the number 2 going around. He saves it. I thought he was getting loose. He's going to lose position. He almost got into the 11 of Brendan Myers. Myers go by. It's 3 wide behind. Does that ever work? Mendes says, I can make it work, Soup. I know your rule, but look how I did it. The Floridian fireman went underneath Matt Hoos, and then he went underneath Lowell Jewell, and now moved Menda up into 9th spot. The 45 is a coming.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it. You know, you see the guys in front of you riding in front single file. When they make a mistake like that and you see the opportunity, you just want it that much more, and he had to take it.
Lowell Jewell has not surrendered Castle yet as he continues to fight on the outside. Good momentum out of 2 as they head down into 3. Menda finally gets it done. Hoos on the inside as well. And the Lowell Jewell mistake has opened up a gap now. We have a large gap. In fact, let's look at this. The 87 of Todd Liston, your champion, going underneath Jeffrey Harden. Move Liston up into 6th.
Yeah, and right behind him, Jason Menda now trying to get by the 11 of Brendan Myers. Made quick work, and here comes the Milkman. The Milkman and Menda, man, they're both on the move.
That is Matt Hoos. Oh, he almost gets to the inside there. Is there a wall on the inside? I maybe thought that maybe Hoos got that. Just because, boy, he really got down low, and then it really came around on him there. Just grass is what I'm being told. Look what Hoos is doing. Trying to get to the inside now of Myers. Let's go up front. We haven't talked about all this going on behind. Bruce Pearson, who has led the whole way, but Donnie Moore right on him. Tighter than a Mardi Gras wino is Donnie Moore.
Yeah, it's just one of those tracks, though, Soup. You know, you can be faster than the guy behind you, but Bruce Pearson, we know how smooth that double deuce is, and without him making a mistake, or maybe the 26, forcing a mistake here, it's going to be tough to pass. That double deuce, he's on rails right now.
Let's drop back a little bit. There's a nice battle. This is Kurt Smith. Oh, wait. Up front. We thought maybe Moore might be making a move. Let's go back and look at Kurt Smith, because Kurt Smith is not moving along very fast. Now, I don't know if it's really the pace of Smith. He seems to have a nice distance behind the 71 of John Hine. But I'll tell you, the Canadian Goose, the 75 of John Wilson, is looking for any way around. And I'm not sure if it's Wilson being that aggressive or if he's scared of what the defending champion is doing right now. The 87 of Todd Liston looks really good. Liston to the inside. Now Wilson is pinned behind Smith. He has to leave the door open. The 87 gets underneath him. Well, that's going on. Let's go up front and look at this battle for the lead. Donnie Moore gets under Pearson. What do you think, Shaggy?
I think Donnie Moore is going to get it here the same way Liston did. Donnie got real aggressive coming out of Ford, just forced his way in there. No contact, but really bold with the move. And both of those guys at the same time showing how to get it done.
John Hine trying as hard as he can to get underneath the double deuce. Now a little dipsy-do, a little hokey-doke, a little up and under for the double deuce as he tries to get under Donnie Moore. Donnie Moore not able to pull away. Meanwhile, Todd Liston was able to get the best of John Wilson. Move Liston up in defense, and now he gets in the back of Smith. Then now Wilson gets in the back of Liston. Harden gets in the back of Wilson. They're all piling in. It's an octopus falling out of a tree. Menda involved. Myers involved. Shane involved. Trey Bloom, the caveman, caught up in it.
Talked about the big one, Soup. This is one of those tracks where, all the lines funnel into one area, and that's why you see that happen. Look, nowhere to go.
They all tried to find a way through, and the track was basically blocked. The only way to get through without a mistake is to put the binders on.
Ooh, the 9 ball made it.
Look at the 9, how he did that.
Yeah, there we go. You had to keep that thing clean. I mean, could you imagine if you had to pay for another paint job in week 2?
Oh, I know. That looked like a game of 9 ball where you're on the break and the 9 ball just kind of misses all the balls that are bouncing around, goes right in the pocket, and you win the game. Watch him. Here he comes. Here he comes. There he goes. Why don't we dial up Alan Wanamaker and talk to him on that one? See, Alan, it's Soup up in the booth. Sometimes it's nice to be in the back, taking your time, and you can just kind of weave your way through the chaos.
Yeah, I'm trying to save my tires. I was braking, trail braking a little bit, going in the corner, and just trying to save tires. I mean, this is a long race, so I figured there'd probably be another caution. I have to say, I was getting a little nervous. I was like, wait a second, where's the caution? And then one finally came out, so.
Shaggy?
Hey, Alan, Shaggy up here, man. Fresh paint on that thing. The car is amazing. Who painted that thing?
Yeah, my buddy Jeff Marconi painted it over at Marconi Setup Paint Shop. It's the new yesteryear Racer X look, man. That's also the same colors of our. I have a racing team with my buddy Torrance and Toy Maker Racing, so same colors as that. So I figured, why not go with the Racer X?
I was hoping you were going to lie to me and tell me you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, but hey, a man can hope.
No, not quite.
Good looking car. All right, go get him. You're racing in 9th right now, up 8 spots.
All right, guys, we'll see what happens. Thanks.
Alan Wanamaker having a nice run. Lights remain on the pace car. Josie Kirkland going to take him around one more time. Donnie Moore now on the inside of the double deuce Bruce Pearson. I expect John Hine to be a little more aggressive on this restart, try to pick up that spot while he can. Kurt Smith has not been fast. Don't be surprised if the Milkman, 21 of Matt Hoos, gets underneath him. A little bit of a shakeup from the guys behind because they had that big kerfuffle there. A lot of the guys that were making their way through the field are gone now. We started with 18 drivers. Only 11 remain on the lead lap, the first one being Jeffrey Harden. Shaggy, inside line seems to be the preferred line. We haven't seen anybody make the outside work.
Yeah, I don't think you're really going to make the outside work until maybe about lap 60 when those right rears get a little hot. If we get a long green flag run, if you pinch the guy down there, it's going to be tough to accelerate on exit. So we'll have to see what Donnie Moore pulls out here.
Kurt Smith saying right now, don't be sleeping Bruce Pearson. Pearson gets a pretty good jump from the outside. There is room for him to tuck down. Moore is long gone. Pearson does not tuck down, and now there is room for John Hine to get underneath him. That's what the 71 was hoping for. Hine drips way up high, keeps Pearson high. Now he can duck down, angle that corner, gets it easily. Bruce, you are clear for third. The battle is back behind between Hoos and Smith. The number 6 of the white car of Smith stuck on the top side. Hoos underneath the car, struggling a little bit. Hoos sawing on the wheel to get the car to go straight. 21 and 6 side by side. That's not finished yet.
Yeah, the refrigerator went out in the back, and, you know, Soup, he's got milk in there, man, so he's got to hurry up. He's got to get to the front and get this thing over.
All right, well, it said that the cream rises, and right now, Hoos started in 16, has risen 12 spots, racing in 4th. Smith cannot get down. Now it is Lowell Jewell on the inside. Jewell having a nice run, started in 6th, has cut that in half, and he's working to get more. Good racing. All of a sudden, we got passing going on.
Yeah, you know, I really did think at first Kurt was kind of just saving his stuff, taking it easy. But at this point, you know how hard it is to pass Soup. I think he's maybe struggling a little bit, and as Lowell's really trying to take advantage of that here.
Boy, Lowell really moves him up, giving it a little bit of move, moves him up again higher. My good, Smith would like to come down, but there is no room as the 2 is racing in the middle line. Now he drops down to the inside.
Yeah, now the Milkman shoots up for the bottom podium step here as he's got him at the line. I think Bruce Pearson here, he sees the right. I don't think he'll fight this too long. There's a big gap behind him. Play smart here.
Pearson led the first 24 laps and has fallen down into what would be 3rd position, possibly 4th here as soon as Matt Hoos gets the job done, and he does. The 5-time champion now moving up into 3rd position. 5-time champion Donnie Moore racing in the lead. Between them, a man with no championships, but a champion spirit in his heart is John Hine.
Yeah, the professor, man, he's been through a lot lately with his health of his daughter, a lot of stuff going on. So good to see John back out here having fun again with all of his racing friends. And not only is he having fun, but he's running down that 26. He's got a hot rod tonight.
11 cars on the lead lap quickly. Let's look at the 36 of Jeffrey Harden. He is on the lucky dog spot for now because John Wilson, the Canadian Goose, flapping his wings and see if he can go ahead and swoop down in there and take that lucky dog spot, which would be for 12th. Boy, you get a lap back, and who knows what can happen with the big incident in front of you. You can end up with the top 5. And sure enough, let's look at this. The 75 underneath the 36, and I believe he's going to get this done. Let's not bark yet. Coming out of the corner, I believe. All right. Give the puppy a dog bone. No! Look at the roll on the top side. Brandy's husband, Jeffrey Harden, doing a great job in the 36 back there in the popcorn position. He is 25 laps down. Is Joe Segala. Segala looking to pick up 2 more spots. He's currently in 17th. He can get up 2 spots. He'll be starting on the pole next week.
Yeah, he's trying to get the 75 to overdrive that thing a little bit and get loose, maybe spin himself out here so he could get that lucky dog. But now he's just got to try to go back to work here. Is now John Wilson. He's got that.
I'd like to quickly look at the 87 of Todd Liston. What's going on here, Shaggy? Something looks wrong with the 87. Was he involved in that incident? Maybe he's out there just racing a wounded car. Boy, he can hardly get the car down. He's losing ground. Let's watch him. Let's watch his racing line through corners 1 and 2 and see if he gets it down. The last couple lines, he was really high. I guess that's not too bad. There, it looks a little better, Todd.
I do believe, I'm going back here to try to find that incident. Yeah, if we remember, Todd was the one who actually originally got into the back of Kurt Smith, and then everybody piled into him. So yeah, that thing, I mean, he's got a wounded deer out there right now. He's not going to be very fast tonight.
All right, we like to cover the battles through the entire field, but right now the best battle on the track is the one that leads everybody. This is Donnie Moore. John Hine is right behind him. Matt Hoos, 10 championships in those front 3 positions between them right there. Back watching is Bruce Pearson, the 22. He led so many laps, the first 24. We thought that maybe The tires have gone away, but he seems to be able to pace the guys in front of him. Old Jewel started in 12th, racing in 5th. Rounding out the rest of this train. Oh, Adam Shane, remember he was working his way through. He got caught up in it, went to the back. Well, he's back up into 6th, and finally Kurt Smith in 7th.
Yeah, and you know what's scary about that 7 guys in a line? I mean, how quick did we see that pile up happen last time? All it takes is one mistake from those front 2 guys or 2nd and 3rd here, and I mean, we could have 3 or 4 wounded race cars real fast. So you don't want to be at the end of this line.
Glad you are with us tonight. If you've made it this far, you've made it through half the race. We hope to stick you around for the second half. We think it's going to be exciting. Working lap number 50 right now is Donnie Moore. John Hines stalking him. Matt Hoos right there, very, very smooth. Little Hoosinators across the country yelling. Hoos has the best line through that corner, able to get the left sides down. Then he drifts the car up higher than anybody. My goodness, if there's somebody who's using up all the racetrack, it's the number 21 of Matt Hoos. Look at him take the car, let it roll up high. That's got to be saving the rubber.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I saw the right rear. He's losing it a little bit, so I don't know if he's maybe overdriving it, maybe got that right rear a little angry. He might have to back it down 1 or 2 laps here, and we see that he's going to fall back in line on the bottom. Just take it easy. I think he was trying to get... No, here he goes. Never mind, Soup.
Clearly not an Eagles fan is Matt Hoos. Take it easy. He will not. As he goes underneath John Hine looking for second. We were wondering if the racing line he was taking, if he was using out of... Oh, he gets it loose again. He cannot save it. He does save it. He's in the North Carolina alfalfa. He loses spots to the 2, to the 79, to the 6. He gets it back. Oh, my goodness. He's Sisyphus in flip-flops. He's got to push the boulder up the hill one more time.
Yeah, and, you know, now we're seeing Kurt here in front of him put a little pressure on Shane, and maybe Kurt did save a little bit, so the people that Matt has to pass back here, man, it's not going to be an easy flight.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that opens the door for John Hine now, sitting in second, and the Double Deuce Bruce Pearson's been racing up front the whole time in third. Pearson looks to have eye on John Hine.
And if you remember, what was that lap 2 where he just basically pulled over and let John go by, playing the long game, and it seems to be working here for the Double Deuce.
Let's quickly put the camera on the number 9. We talked to Alan Wanamaker. He said he was just biding his time. All right, number 9, if it's time to get going, now's the time. You got yourself 43 laps of racing to go. He said he was waiting for another yellow. I think he might still be doing that, just back there saving his stuff. Yellow flag comes out. He's up there racing with the guys that have been racing a lot higher than he has.
Yeah, he might rip off a piece of that wrap on the side with his hand and start waving it himself. That might have been the move there with the yellow car, bring out his own caution.
Wanamaker's last lap was a 10th faster than Donnie Moore, so little by little.
Lowell's taking a peek for third here. Look at the boss man. He coming on strong. And here I thought the Double Deuce was trying to set up John Hine. It's Lowell all along.
Right now, duck hunting. We got a single duck against a double duck. The number 2 gets the job done. Is he going to bring along Adam Shane? Shane gets to the inside. Can Shane make it work? Shane's had an eventful day so far. They get together, pirouette spinning. They both spin off as they're going to bring off the yellow. Pearson goes into the wall. Shane is turned perpendicular. And yes, there is Alan Wanamaker's yellow flag.
Yeah, and taking out 2 guys there in front of him, 2 free spots. So Alan, he is going to be someone to keep your eye on.
Oh, my goodness. They were smoking on the Hindenburg. Oh, the humanities. As Pearson spins off into the inside, Shane just goes around.
Yeah, I mean, Adam does float up a little bit, but truthfully, I think the Double Deuce also comes down a little bit. They were both kind of ran an awkward line in turn 1. Neither of them have run a similar line to that, and, well, they just met on the exit of 2, and that's going to happen when you only got 40 laps to go.
Shaggy, I'm going to let you decide to go first on the interview. Pick someone you want to talk to.
Let's bring up Lowell.
I like that choice.
Hey, Lowell, Shaggy up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you got the work boots on tonight, and you're really moving your way on up through the field. You think you got something for these top two?
I'm not going to have anything left if we keep doing this.
Lo, the car looks good. We've seen the outside start to come around. Passing has been pretty tough tonight, huh?
Yeah, it's everybody's running the same speed here. I think we were only 2 or 3 tenths off of each other in practice. Makes it really tough to attempt to pass. I hope I didn't have anything to do with Bruce spinning there, but I spent a lot of laps just trying to get underneath him to start to make a pass.
All right, well, you're a truck driver. The tank is full. When you're doing your job, you got 18 wheels to keep under you now. You only got 4. You got much rubber left on that, baby?
No, but John's got 4 tires too. So.
All right, good luck to you. The boss man, Lowell Jewell. It is great to see the boss man working his way through the field. 78 years young is Lowell Jewell. Happy birthday also to Steven Spies. Not here tonight.
Treated himself to a new jack from Harbor Freight for his birthday, so he's probably having some fun in the garage.
All right. Well, Josie Kirkland brings the cars across the line. We're going to be working lap number 65. I think she's going to reach over her pretty left hand and with those manicured nails turn off the pace lights. Indeed she does. The bar on top of that Mustang is now quiet, and they're going to double up.
I'm anxious to see with the lap times that we saw Alan Wanamaker running, if anybody is going to do anything on the outside, it's going to be that 9.
And I'll tell you right now, the Lipper also, Chris Haslip in number 93,
right
we've
now,
been quiet.
He's got to be able to push down that.
All right, they come around, working lap number 66 when we go green. A good start from Moore. Plenty of room for Hine to duck down there. Now the battle is for third. Hine could really not get the car down. There was room for Lowell Jewell to get in there. Oh, they're going to get together. No, Smith, I thought, and Hine were going to get together. They do not. I think they got a piece of Lowell Jewell as they started to get squiggly. Now Jewell, the number 2, trying to get underneath the number 6. The number 6 trying so hard to close the door on Lowell Jewell. He tries it. Lowell puts his foot in there and says, Mr. Smith, would you like to buy a vacuum? He says no. Slams the door on Lowell Jewell's foot. And now Smith is into third. Look what's going on a little bit behind. You talked about Wanamaker. He's up in 6th position. The Lipper back there as well. 2 by 2 behind. There goes Trey Bloom is on the outside now with the 79 of Shane underneath him. Great racing going on. 11 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, the caveman trying to make that outside work. It's such a long way around 3 and 4, but 1 and 2, if you angle that right, that's where they get that head of steam coming off.
That is Shane on the inside, Bloom on the outside. And finally, the inside line is going to prevail. And the Montana scientist tucks down into what would be 9th position.
John Hine able to increase that gap a little bit over Kurt Smith. We saw Kurt put pressure on him, but John slowly reeling in the leader.
All right.
Lowell makes a move here for third. Oh, he gets loose, though.
Fastest car out there might be the number 21 of Matt Hoos, but he lost momentum when Lowell Jewell got loose. That opens the door for the number 9 of Alan Wanamaker. He has been biding his time. He has been waiting for just this opportunity. Now he's on the inside. It was time to make that pass stick. Alan cannot, and the 21, who is really good despite all the trouble he's been through, continues to work. The 21 has to check up so he doesn't get into the back of Jewell. Wanamaker does a great job of getting on the binder so he doesn't get into the back of Hoos. Oh, a great battle going on for what will be 4th position when they get it settled down. The front 3, Moore, Hine, Smith, they've just sent each other the memo. Let's put in the laps. We'll start racing when we get a little closer to the end.
Yeah, that's for sure. Because right now, I mean, Lowell, he said it. He was, didn't have much grip left. Right now, he's holding off some fast guys. And, man, when these guys get by him, if they do, they are going to be hungry.
The real excitement right now is for fourth position. Lowell Jewell clearly holding up Hoos and Wanamaker. All this going on. I'm telling you, though, that Hine is keeping an eye on Moore. If Moore were to make a mistake, Hine would be there. Let's go there now. Hine jumps down underneath. Moore was too scared to close the door. Coming out of 4. Now Hine has a nose in there. Let's see if the momentum for Moore will get him to able into 1 and finish the job. No! Hine is there. They continue to race side by side in the popcorn position. It is Kurt Smith. Great run for Moore off of 2. And the pass attempt fails for now.
Yeah, it just seems like if you can't drive into 1 and 2 and have that car side by side and run them up the hill a little bit in the middle of the corner, the high side is the only time you want the high side there is on the exit of 2.
Indeed, I've learned that from drivers with multiple champions who said maybe the high side might not be the fastest way around, but sometimes it is faster of the 2 lines when you are side by side. Kurt Smith looking on the back of Hine right now.
Yeah, it felt like not too long ago we were talking about him struggling, Soup. Boy, did he fool us as he turned it up.
Talking about turning it up, the milkman. My goodness. Working on the inside now of Lowell Jewell. He's not going to be able to finish the job, but he is clearly quicker, at least on the next 2 cars in front of him. And maybe the entire field in front of him right now, as Donnie Moore is not going anywhere with John Hine behind him. The front 7 are nose to tail. Oh my goodness. Now, Hine gets underneath Moore. You know what's going on? Put on your dancing shoes, John Hine. If you want to think about winning, get the mirror ball and spin and grip the groove. Make your move. It's time to boogie. Oh, Kurt Smith gets hung up behind Hine. Boogieing right now is the boss man. He needs the funk. Gotta have the funk. Lowell Jewell made a run, but there was just nowhere to go. Oh, Wanamaker now, and the number 9 getting underneath Hoos. The racing up front is so exciting, and it's all right there on the distance between the front and back straight. Holy moly, 7 cars, nose to tail. It is a true train.
Yeah, they saw the disco ball spinning in the infield, though. They know it's time to turn it up, so we're going to see the patience button start getting hammered here.
There is some lap traffic, the kingpin, Joe Segala. Remember we talked about him? Wanamaker now making a move. He gets underneath Hoos. I think Hoos's car is going to surrender Casper. There cannot be much more in that 21. He has raced it so hard. That is a complete difference from the way that the number 9 has raced. Wanamaker gets it on. Hoos is loose. Is he going to be able to keep it away from the 79? He does. Oh my goodness, my spidey senses are tingling. The blue and white 21 is all over the track. Now he does a little hokey doke, a little up and under. He goes underneath Adam Shane. But I don't think that car's going to stick down low. He tries to make it stick. Shane with the momentum up top. Oh, it's a valiant effort put on by Matt Hoos, but he's racing on the rims.
No, you're not kidding. That was a big-time move. Here's Lowell all over the back bumper here of Kurt Smith. Is he going to dive it in? Kurt drives in deep, gets a little loose in the center. He saves it, but Lowell moves up to that final podium spot. Lowell really sent it in there, man, and he got the 6 nervous. Big move by the 2.
Kurt Smith had a front windscreen full of the number 2 as that car got very perpendicular. Move up into the podium position, the boss man, number 2. Started in 12th, racing in 3rd. 12 laps to go, and look what Hine's all over the back of Moore.
Oh, and Hine gets loose. Can Lowell here, he's going to have a big run. Does he send it in? He's got to.
And Wanamaker goes to the grass. Well, that's going on. Lowell Jewell wants that spot. My goodness, you called it, Shaggy. When Hine got loose, Lowell Jewell was 4 car lengths back. All of a sudden, he was there. He wanted to dive it in. He could not. Wanamaker was in the grass, did not bring out the yellow, and Allen drops back in the 9th spot.
Oh, Adam Shane got into the back of Kurt Smith. Kurt Smith goes around in 3 and 4.
And the yellow comes out. Kurt Smith was... Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, the 79, he just overcooks it a little bit here is the 6. I mean, he's run that same line through 3 and 4 every time and just gets tagged in the back. And luckily no damage, but if it's going to make Kurt feel any better, it might mean a better starting spot next week, Sue.
Indeed. You know, I want to talk about what Joe Segala was able to do. Joe Segala racing right now in 15th position, 26 laps down. I don't think he's in jeopardy of losing the 15th spot. And that's just a matter, he was in 17th for a while, and he just went out there and navigated the track and worked his way up to 15th. Very smart racing from the Kingpin, Joe Segala. Getting the lucky dog. Who is that going around? Is that the 22 of Bruce Pearson getting it? Sure enough, double deuce Bruce.
Yeah, he had to be scared there a little bit. John floated up a little bit. Coming down that backstretch, wasn't much room for Bruce to fit around the outside. He may have to do an underwear change after this one.
We will talk to old-time Donnie Moore if Josie Kirkland leaves the lights flashing on the pace car. She does. Let's dial up 5-time champ, number 26 in the ASPCA special. It is, of course, Donnie Moore. Oh, Donnie, John Hine has been on you.
Yeah, he's making me work for it.
Shaggy?
Yeah, Donnie, what's the move here? We've seen a lot of guys, leave that bottom open in 1 and 2. Do you think you need to protect that high side? Because we've seen it's really hard to complete the pass coming off a 2 on the bottom.
I don't know if I may have to protect that. Yeah, we'll see.
I may have just gave him an idea there, but good luck here, Donnie. We're rooting for you, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
That was either Donnie Moore thinking or Donnie Moore keeping the strategy close to the vest. I'm not sure what that was there. Good interview from the Bostonian. Moore. John Hine on the outside. Not sure if John's happy about that second spot right now. He may prefer to be where the boss man is, Lowell Jewell, in the second spot. And there he is, the milkman. He's back. Number 21, blue and white. Don't know how much is left on that car.
Whatever's left, he's going to show us, that's for sure. Being able to see the lead, he wants it.
Give some credit to some of these guys that haven't got a lot of attention. The Montana Cancer Research Scientist, Trey Bloom, the caveman, racing in 5th. Talk about racing under the radar. How about the Lipper, number 93, Chris Hazlip, started in 14th and 6th. Well done, Chris. Wanamaker and Smith, both of those guys had recent escapades. They're back there in row number 4. Well, let's see if we can go the distance on a green flag here. Donnie Moore coming around, going to be working lap number 95. We go green. He gets the jump. Plenty of room for John Hine to duck down into second. The battle is for third position. Matt Hoos on the top side with the momentum, trying to roll the number 21 around, and he does get a good run off the tool. Lowell Jewell is pinned. Now, is there room? There was room for Hoos to duck down there, but he just didn't have the confidence to do it. He got stuck behind John Hine, and now he's back fighting with Lowell Jewell again.
Yeah, we're going to find out if he's going to pay for that long term, because you're right. Probably didn't want to be that guy, but there was just enough room to shoot from 4th to 2nd, and man, that would have made him look like a hero.
Boy, from our vantage point, there was just enough room. I'm sure that Matt Hoos couldn't tell that there was from where he was sitting. All right, we got ourselves about 4 to go right now. Moore with a 2-car length lead on John Hine. With apologies to the rest of the field, let's focus our attention up top. John Hine has lost so many races while leading at the last lap or two and have it stolen away from him. This is his opportunity to get a little payback. As they work lap number 98, the 71 clears to be maybe not faster, but as fast as the number 26 of Donnie Moore. They go through 3 and 4, both drivers with a great run. Hine with a little tighter run. He gets good momentum off of 4. They come across the line, working lap number 99. 2 to go. Look at Hine. He has room to get underneath. Moore's going to leave it there. Now Moore with a good drive off of 2, and Hine cannot finish the job. He loses momentum. That gives an opportunity for Lowell Jewell to get in there, maybe seal that second spot. The flagman gets out the white flag. He waves it with vigor. They go underneath. 4 corners to go. It is Donnie Moore. He is a 5-time champion. He has never won in this track on this car. He's looking to do it right now. John Hine dives it in deeper than Confucius in a submarine. He gets alongside. He's got the lead. He's going to get it done at the line. John Hine steals it from old-time Donnie Moore.
Soup, I'd have lost a lot of money there with 2 to go. I'd have put the whole savings account on the 26. Man, the 71, he robbed the bank there. What a steal from John.
Where did that come from on the final 2 quarters? The 71 got down there. I thought for sure he would drift up into more. He did not. Great racing from John Hine. And there is a little racing payback from the racing gods for one that John steals after having so many stolen from him. The racing is over. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back, run down the entire finishing order, talk to some of the drivers before we put, well, a shoelace on the gate. Don't go far.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back to North Wilkesboro Speedway and VGN's opening round coverage of the 37th edition of the Bootleg Racing League's Outlaw SK Modified Invitational Series. Shaggy, some things are worth a second look. Let's take another look at that final corner pass that John Hine put on old-time Donnie Moore. We'll dial it up here for you in just a minute. Here it comes.
Yeah, Donnie enters in a little bit higher than normal. In we're a little bit behind here. That was 3 and 4 the previous lap. Coming to the white flag here. So John got a good run out of 3 and 4 coming to the white flag. Makes up a lot of time. You see, I mean, he just uses the brake to turn the car. Gets almost as low to that grass as he can. And as we see, we're going to watch the right rear of Donnie Moore step out. And I believe, Ryan, maybe?
At this point, this race is over. This race is over. There's no way that Hine's going to get there.
Yeah, no. I mean, at this point, he had already thrown his shot. He's ahead, and I just realized I think we're looking at the wrong lap here. But,
we don't have you for, but let me tell you, it was one exciting. Oh, maybe this is it.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Now we see the white flag flying. That looks a lot better there, cameraman. So John, really, you watch him. I mean, he closes that gap here in 1 and 2, and Donnie, he's running that middle line. just maybe loses awareness of where he's at, drives in a little high, gets in the brakes, and the right rear steps out. When you lose momentum in the center of the corner, that is all it took for the 71. He didn't even have to go up and lean on him, which I kind of thought we were going to see there with that big send from John, but made it stick on the bottom, and we had one of the best finishes we've ever seen here in the SK Modifieds.
I agree. I thought for sure the 71 was going to drift up into more as they come across the line. You can see that Hine does get the win. And as we look at that win for John Hine, we're going to run down the entire finishing order for you right now. It was indeed Hine that got the best of more. They go 1-2 with Lowell Jewell having a great run in third. And he really was really close to getting the win if Hine and Moore had got together. Matt Hoos was up, was down, was up. He comes home in fourth position. Trey Bloom, a top 5 finish for him. Back half of your top 10, quiet run from the Lipper. Chris Haislip, he comes in 6th. Alan Wanamaker, a great run, 7th position, up 10 spots. And even with the trip through the Alfalfa. Adam Shane goes from 8th to 18th. Jeffrey Harden, well, he's won here before. It's not going to happen again tonight. He'll have to settle for 9th. And in your 10th position, your defending champ, Todd Liston.
Yeah, the double deuce. We saw him started on the pole, but had a rough night. Going to come home P11. Kurt Smith, 12th. The Canadian Goose, John Wilson, 13th. Steve Hilbert, 14th. And Joe Segala, involved early in a heavy accident. Kept his head down, and that just shows you never give up. And he fought his way back to 15th. Going to start on the pole next week. That's a big deal for Joe. Brennan Myers coming home 16th. Jason Mendes, 17th. And Tom Hilbert rounding out the field.
All right, with that, we get to dial up John Hine and talk to him. John, there have been some times when I just didn't want to talk to you because it was so tragic. The racing gods taketh and the racing gods giveth. Nice job.
Oh, man, thanks a lot. Yeah, you know what? It's been a rough last month and a half or so. It seems like I've had a demise one way or another off either self-inflicted or off other people's bumpers, and it's nice to get one there. And my hat's off though to Donnie. You know, I put a aggressive crossover down that backstretch on that last lap and gave him kind of the impression that I was going to dive him, and I was fully ready for him to come back down. I wasn't going to hit him, but he left that door open, so I gassed her up in the middle of the corner to see what kind of run I could get, praying that nose wasn't going to shove out towards him, and damn thing stuck. So wow, even at the finish line, I didn't even know who won.
The thing stuck, and indeed, that is my thoughts as well. When that pass was being made, honestly, John, I thought there is no way you're going to be able to keep off of Moore, but the 71 didn't drift up an inch.
No, I've been setting that move up because I tried it 2 or 3 times, and I knew kind of where I needed to be to get it done, but I needed him to leave the door. And the other couple times that he had it, he didn't drift up. I think I haven't gone back and watched it, but I'm almost willing to bet he probably drifted out a little higher than what he had, because he stayed right on the side of my car, which pinched me a little bit, so I couldn't get the run off the corner, and allowed him to hold that position. For whatever reason this time he wasn't there when I came out, and like I said, I can't believe that we finally were able to get this done.
Shaggy looked at it. He thought maybe Donnie had some issues. We're going to talk to him in just a second. We'll find out. Well, man, this one is well-deserved. Congratulations. Let's get you out of here on this one. How's your daughter?
Oh, Cassie's doing fine. We've got her follow-up visit on Tuesday with the CT scan, and I'll breathe a lot easier after that. But, the tumor turned out to be benign, class 1, which was the lowest grade. Her headaches have ceased. She's working on her short-term memory because that's where the tumor was right at. So that's, but we knew that was going to be a little bit of a challenge. Doctor said that could take a few months. So, but, everybody, I think you should go out and love to, hug a loved one and shake a stranger's hand. Life is precious. And, you know what? Sometimes we probably take a little much too for granted, and it's a shame that things like that put things in perspective.
Sounds like the best news you could hope for in a pretty miserable situation. Well done, John. Congratulations on the win, and we'll have prayers for your daughter. Good luck.
Thank you, Sue.
John Hine, your winner tonight. All right, Shaggy, this will be fun. Who you got?
Hey, Donnie, Shaggy up here, man. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, man, not to bring up heartbreak here, but driving into 3 and 4 for the final lap, what's going through your mind? Did you maybe overdrive entry a little bit and you get in the brakes too hard? I saw that right rear kind of step out on you. Talk us through it.
I'd like to think my tires failed me. I didn't overdrive it. My tires.
Amen.
So, yeah, I did drive it in a little hard. But, John Hine, he's come so close in these SKs recently and hasn't won. So if I could have, if anybody could have beat me, I'm glad it was Ryan. It was John Hine. He's had a lot of trouble on and off the track. But hats off to him. Good for him.
Yeah, and Donnie, that's why we love you in this league, man. I mean, you're smiling ear to ear after losing in a tough fashion like that, but just knowing that it's going to a good guy who probably needs it. But, Donnie, big P2 here to start the year. You got to feel good, man. Is this maybe a championship run year here for the 26?
Who knows? There's a lot of tough competition in here. It's a long road, but it's a good start.
Yeah, man, amen. 1 foot in front of the other, 1 step at a time. Good run tonight, Donnie. Great P2, man. Who you want to thank?
Hey, one more. You know who I want to thank? I want to go back 1 week where I was fortunate enough to get a podium in the shootout, and I failed to mention a great sponsor for the shootout, Stone River Outfitters. So hats off to Stone River Outfitters for helping us make the shootout happen.
Yeah, we see you got him on the side of the car this year, so bringing him along for a ride. Good luck this season, Donnie Moore. We love you, man.
Thanks a lot, Jack. I appreciate it very much.
Donnie Moore has done a million interviews and he never fails to be entertaining. His tires let him down on that one. Let's dial up a man maybe who stole the show. 12th to 3rd, the boss man, Lowell Jewell. Oh, this was a nice one, and I think you were real close to stealing one there if Hine and Moore would have got into it at the end.
That's what I was gambling on, and they acted like they were trying to do it, but man, it turned out to be a very clean, very close finish. We were congratulating Donnie. It took the stewards a few seconds to give it to John.
You had a good view of that one. You were back a couple car lengths when John took that car down in there. I thought for sure it wasn't going to stick. He took it in like a rocket.
Yeah, he'd got loose a couple laps back, and I was still trying to close that gap. I ran out of laps. I think I could have.
Indeed.
I think I could have got him coming off. I was rolling through the middle of the corner and coming off, I think, better than just about everybody tonight.
Yeah,
but,
indeed.
It was still difficult.
We were watching a couple times. We thought you had momentum to make the pass, and there just wasn't room for you. Sometimes you just had to check up from lack of track space.
Yeah, they kept slamming that door on me.
Well, Lowell, it was a nice run. Way to start the season, buddy. Well done. Nice podium finish. We'll see you down the road.
All right, thanks, Soup.
Lowell Jewell takes the number 2 home in 3rd position. All right, listen, our broadcast is over, but only this part of it. There's another one coming up in just a few minutes. Our director will put it up right here. You see it right there. SK Modified Series. You're going to be back next week at Slinger Speedway. That'll be fun. But just in a few minutes, coming up at 10 minutes after the hour will be the BRL Late Model Series. You don't want to miss that one. Season opener. We'll see if the Canadian Goose, John Wilson, can defend his championship. Don't go far. You're watching VGN.